So what we're doing, it's just way too hot. Labor Day weekend, you'd think the summer will be ending. Not here, unfortunately. It just began. But got these last week. I soaked them in vinegar all week. I have another video on that. I probably won't even put up. I have another video. I did it in the past, soaking parts in vinegar. It takes most of the rust off. So you get left with a little bit. If I spent a lot of time on these, I could get them perfect, but I'm not gonna bug out. Bracket's nice and clean, better than the one on the car. The shield is nice and clean, better than the one on the car. I got a big hole over there. It's just a little hole. I'll find another one later on, but I always want a good replacement. Getting screwed on Craigslist again. I had one guy a couple weeks ago wanted to buy that gate. Went back and forth, and then it's disappeared. It's pots and pans, a little scrap metal. Got a Trailblazer or GMC Envoy battery cover. If anyone wants that, just pay shipping, it's yours. Baseball bats, helmets, look at that shit. That's what I gotta do. I gotta top off my oil. That truck. Handrails. That's what I've been doing. That's all you can do around here. Nothing in the garage. I'm really thinking about buying an AC recovery machine. You know, brand new, they're not cheap, but I have a feeling I could fit it right over here if I get rid of some of this shit. I'll put it up on a shelf, and then I could fix this car, fix that car, fix the minor leaks on the truck, and then fix anyone else's car who wants their AC fixed. You know, you gotta spend money to make money, and yeah, it's a lot of money for a machine, but it's freaking awesome to fix your own air conditioning. Who's gonna drive a car here with no air? You gotta be crazy. But yeah, that's about it. I wanted to paint the bumper on my truck, but again, this is too hot. That's my de-rusting solution, by the way. It works slowly. Yeah, I got a couple cans of this stuff. I got another can of it somewhere else, trim black. So I'm using. It's extremely hot here. I'm so tired of this shit. I want to move so bad. But you see, my bumper looks like shit on this truck. I'm just gonna try to knock some of these dents out with a block of wood I have. Just a little bit, you know, get them most of the way out. And you see what happens is because the paint goes bad, you start getting rust. Rust. That's where I brush touched it. And some cheap paint. Yeah, it has to be sprayed. It's so freaking hot out here. Did I say that? Nice. They say lizards do that too. Lizards make like poop that almost looks like bird poop. I got these things too I gotta put on. Fender's peeling, you know, I gotta do something with this. Down. I don't know if the old guy did the gate wants to get involved, but like he said, you just spray color on the top and re-clear the whole fender. Be that different. People in the pool dicking around. Typical shit. I'm gonna leave that over there. It looks good. We're going over that. I can't even stay out here. It's so fucking hot. So that's why I haven't been really doing anything. No junkyard videos, no scrap metal, nothing. I have no idea where that custom cruiser went. I was gonna try to locate it, but I don't bother, man. Look at the headliner on this thing too. That is so bad. Even like the board is getting shitty on it now. Like, you see that? That's real bad when that starts happening with the glue. You get the sprinkles. You gotta do something with that whole headliner. Anyone ever take a headliner out of one of these trucks? I think you gotta take the rear seats out or something, but again, you wanna... What the fuck was that? This truck just made that noise. Heard that? That didn't sound good, whatever the hell that was. That came from this truck. Wasn't a horn. Is it door lock, maybe? I don't know. Another problem. Not working soon, unfortunately. But yeah, the headliner needs to be done. Because that dust starts falling, and then once that starts falling, forget it. I don't know what the hell that sound was. Man. Getting your car just bakes in this heat. and the thing falls apart so much faster than anywhere else. Yeah, you see these valve covers, they are, well, I sprayed them down a while back, but you see the funk is coming back. They probably do leak though. I think you just gotta take like a nut off and a nut off, and you take all those coil packs off on our whole little bracket, so it's not that hard. I'm curious to see how clean this engine is as well. They take good care of it. Brake fluid has to be changed. Never did that. It's too hot. You want to kill yourself in the heat? Well, you want to get old and not accomplish anything, you know? I don't know. This is an experiment. This is forever black, and this is nothing. You see, I just put one light coat on it, and you see the difference. It keeps the plastic black. I did the handles, except for over there. They stay black. Everything else is turning color again, sun bleached. But, yeah, what else was I gonna say? I don't know, I was gonna say something. Oh, yeah. Well, I was gonna say that this area is probably the hottest place in America. The real feel is around like 112, 115. So really, right now it's like that. So it's hotter than a desert. Yet all these Midwestern people are gonna be traveling down here. Well, it gets so hot too that what happens on this truck and the white truck, the transmission tube pops out a little bit. I don't know why. Like the engine bay just gets too freaking hot. It's like the plastic warps and everything when you open the hood. This is all nothing you can do about it except move. But let's close that. My oil drip is in. I gotta stem this seat. I want to stem this door panel. This thing's like 4 different colors. Look at that. Sun bleached. This has to probably come out. That has to come out. Switch panel. Armrest I can unbolt too, I believe, on these from the back side. And then spray it. So that's my boring video. And this truck is still leaking oil. Leaking oil from that oil pan, maybe the front cover, leaking oil in the back. That's another big job. Again, it's too hot, man. I just don't like how the oil drips on the exhaust pipe. It's not good. Oh, I'm gonna trip down memory lane. That's my old Impala back in 2006 in Brooklyn. Looked good, huh? Yeah, another thing that sits in the rots. Poor old car. There's my old house. Used to keep the car in a tent. That was my old 56 Oldsmobile. Wish I still had it. Some guy bought it, I think in 2004 or 2005, September. It's been gone almost 10 years. And went to Clifton Park, New York was the guy's exact town. I have no idea what he did with it, man. Maybe he used it as a parts car. Can never find it. It was crashed in the front, the bumper was banged in, hood was banged in, and it had rust on the like the dog legs and the lower rockers. It's 2-door hardtop though, 324 Olds automatic, and had a clock rear option, and was a Super 88, so it's the high performance version. I don't know who that is, but you might recognize those vehicles. There's another 56 Olds. Actually, it's a 98. Well, it's not an 88. Well, there it is at the Daytona show we went to a couple years ago. There's the old wagon in the show. What else we got? What else we got? And there's the wagon on the track. That's what a typical Labor Day weekend would perhaps look like back years ago. I was working on stuff. Shiny new bumper. I think it was a GM bumper too. It's the one that's on my truck now. There's my cool cap. I wish I still had it, but I had to give it up here because I had no room. Bought it in New York, sold it here, $50 more. Her old Skag mower. I think it was like a 1984 or something. I remember putting a tire on the back at my old shop. It was a real pain in the ass, using like 3 bars. I patched that catcher too. Well, that was help with some friends. We welded new pieces in and everything. It was a fun project. Never got to weld the deck though down there. I had a little hole in it. It's gone too. A black Chevy used to lug it around, and a black Chevy took it away. It was kind of ironic. Here we go. Now we got some pictures. I was actually looking for the pictures of the old black truck. I hope that's still around too. Last couple of years it was still around Long Island. There's our old car. You know, it was beat up, all original. Had like 47 something thousand miles on it. See a good shot of the bumper and the hood. Maybe the guy used it as a parts car, the damn dumbass. I don't know. Upstate New York guy. Last on the road in 90. Still have those plates there on it too. This is the old 324. I never got it running because, see, that was sucking old nasty fuel. I should have just bypassed it because the fuel pump had all vacuum lines off of it and I didn't pick the right one. I should have just do a line on the tank all in the back. I had a little floor pan rot, still solid. Did a little work to it in the other picture. Looks a little cleaner. Is that it? You see. Much better there. Cleaned up well. What else we have here? Yeah, a little bit of rust. I don't think that would cause anyone to use that as a parts car. The frame was still good. Had a lot of Pennsylvania clay on it. You see all this red shit? It was driven up in Pennsylvania all the time. It has a good shot of it too. That's not rust, that's clay. It was just that red clay from the roads. And the whole car was just caked underneath it, and you would just pick it away and it'd be clean metal underneath it. It was kind of crazy. It acted like an undercoating almost. But there it is in Queens. Guy hauling it away. Do I have a shot where... Yeah, that's where I used to stay, right in the garage in the back. It had a door on it though, so we had to shrink it back. It was extended a little bit to fit the car. So when we redid the place, the car had to go. There's a helper. Crazy guy. Yeah, poor old car, man. I wonder where it went. There's a guy hauling it away right there, if you recognize him. No, sold. There's their plate number. Troy, New York. There's the exact clone of a car my father used to have. 1972 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Used to be around the corner all the time. It's real clean. The guy used to drive it in the winter time and everything. I wonder if he's still around. And last, our old truck. I found it. Hope it's still around. I hope they didn't cash for a clunker it. Actually, it's not in too bad shape. The bed's beat up, but the cab and the front clip, it's real solid. It wasn't used in the winter for years. Has 16.5-inch wheels and tires. There's a clearer shot of it. If anyone sees it around Long Island, let me know. I'm curious if it's still around. It's an old Custom Deluxe, 1983. But like I said, that thing was solid. It had no rot on it. The rockers, doors, nothing. It has a inline 6 and a 4-speed. I want it back. Nice truck. At the beach. What did I tell you about how you can't do shit around here? You either get the hot sun, or you get this bullshit. Is it gonna rain? I don't know. It might. It might not. At least we get a freaking breeze. And now, I'm trying to make this video, but the power keeps going out because we have a little tiny sprinkle outside. Goes out 3 times. It's ridiculous, this place. This is me nodding my head. Didn't even rain. We lose power 3 times. Who would ever want to live here? Who would want to ever live here? Fucking shithole. Didn't even cool it down.